And welcome back, everyone. Today is a very exciting day because I finally get to unbox my Creeproduction Monster High dolls. Creeproduction Wave 2 just released on Amazon, Walmart.com, as well as Entertainment Earth, and I was able to snag all three from both Amazon and Walmart, as well as a Cleo and Deuce set from Walmart. They actually arrived in their Mattel box, so I'll open that up on camera for y'all. I'm actually not going to keep them. I bought them just to see if I would like them in person, because I am a fan of Cleo's character, but her doll doesn't really pertain to my tastes. Realistically, I wasn't going to get Abby either. I love her character in the little mini web shows, but obviously her doll is white, very iridescent. She's very pretty, beautiful doll, but again, she wouldn't fit in my collection really, in the theme I have going, so I wasn't going to get her, and then I ended up getting her anyway, so I'm still debating if I want to open her. I might just actually keep her in box because she's really pretty. But definitely Ghoulia and Spectra I will be opening. Dolls are one of the newer collections that I've created. I've always loved dolls, but obviously being a fan of creepy stuff, I've never been a fan of mainstream dolls. Never really got attached to Barbie or Bratz or things like that. Monster High really was where I started to consider buying mainstream dolls. But I was a teenager at the time with not much money, so even then I only bought my two Freak to Chic dolls on sale from Target and nothing else. And by that point it was too late to buy the one doll that I really wanted, which was Spectra. I'm so happy that they re-released her. I am a little disappointed they used a softer face sculpt. I really am a fan of her really pronounced cheekbone mold in the original, and they did have to change her hair type. She no longer has Conneclon, I believe, which is a specific type of hair fiber that is no longer being used in dolls. Instead, though, she has polypropylene, which is very disappointing to me. Normally I wouldn't care because it's not something I really knew about or paid attention to, but after feeling this Twyla and their hair, that she has polypropylene, whereas all the other dolls that I have I think are all saran. It really is a stark difference in texture, and I much prefer the way the saran hair feels. This one's also apparently really hard to style, which is a shame because I wanted to style my Spectra, and I'm going to be very afraid to do that with her fragile hair. So while I am very happy to have my Spectra finally, I think I'm probably still going to hunt for her in thrift stores and things like that, just to see if I can find one with the original hair type. But other than that, we are here to make a decision not only to unbox the two dolls that I want to unbox, but which ones. So the left three, Spectra, Abby, and Ghoulia, are from Walmart.com. They arrived completely fine from FedEx. I was very surprised they used FedEx, but they were packed nicely in the boxes. They didn't have any padding or bubble wrap or anything like that, but the boxes weren't crushed or anything, so that was really nice. And then these three on the right came from Amazon, and these got a little banged up. This Spectra's box is a little banged up because I dropped her. And I'm still considering keeping both Spectras, one in box and one out. But here is the one from Amazon. She's a little rough around the edges, I've noticed. I don't know what it is, but the Walmart ones just look better to me. But I will have to make a decision because I have noticed online that the Spectra dolls have really choppy haircut. Like you can kind of tell hers is off. So I really want to open one whose hair is decent. Abby's box from Amazon came fine, but you'll notice that her tinsel in her hair is different. So the one from Walmart came with this textured tinsel, and the one from Amazon came with the straight tinsel. So there's two variants of her, which I found quite interesting, and I'm actually really happy that I was able to get one of each, just so I could see it in person. I actually do prefer this textured tinsel, so I'm probably going to keep her and then sell off this one. Thankfully her box came just fine. I think the only thing is that something's loose in here, but it's some kind of... Oh, her purse is loose in here. But that's pretty much it. And then finally, the Ghoulia from my Amazon order did get beat up. I'm noticing that a lot with the Amazon ones online, which makes me think their Ghoulia stock must have gotten damaged either during transit or while it was in storage for the release, because a lot of people were getting damaged box Ghoulias. So here is the damage from mine. It's quite intense. So if you were an inbox collector, this would be a disappointment. I'm still considering if I want to open this one or the one from Walmart, because I do think the one from Walmart looks a little cuter. but for the most part, they look the same. And what is a little frustrating is that Ghoulia's hair used to be Conneclon as well, but they replaced it with Saran. So Spectra is the only one who received the poly treatment in this reproduction. Ironically, of course, the one that I wanted the most gets the polypropylene hair. If one day I somehow learn to reroot dolls, I'll probably do that for Spectra. Let's start with Spectra. Her box is a little damaged in the bottom, but that's really not a big deal to me. Okay, let's see if I remember how to open these. Hers was already a little bit open here on the side. Ah, shit. Oh, there we go. Not too bad. Come on. Well, I was trying to open this gently so I could keep the box in good condition, but that didn't happen. So I'm just gonna go for it. It wouldn't just slide out. I'm not sure why. Oh, I see. There's tape up here. So if you want to open this gently and slide it out, you are going to have to cut this tape up here because that's keeping it from just coming out. All right. There she is. She is free. Now, I will say I love the old artwork. I love that. Spectra's design is so cool. Her character is something else. I'm not too much of a fan of her personality, but her character design is amazing. And there is some bio information on the back. Her pet is called Ruin, and it's a ghost ferret, which is really cute. She likes angel food cake. And then here's the front of the box, which is not that interesting. All right, here is Spectra. Do I want to try and be careful with this? Not really. She comes with this little comb, which all the signature Monster High dolls used to come with. G3 does not have this anymore. I think it's cute. I don't think those combs were very useful, but you know, it's nice that they came with something. And then they also come with their own stand, which I think they started. Barbie never came with a stand, I believe, except the collector ones. And Monster High is really the doll line that kind of started it, to include it for every doll, which was really useful because then you could display them without having to worry about, you know, them falling. And they don't do that anymore, so here's her stand. And I like that the stands match the color scheme of the character. All right. Next is her little ferret. Why are these rubber bands so good? Okay, here's a little ferret. It's cute. I did notice in the original he was darker, or they. It's so cute though, and I love that it stands on its own with its tail. That's so cute. That's peak character design, and toy design as well. Next is her purse, which is this satchel with chains on it. Really cute. I might spray paint that a little bit more dark purple. And she's out. So here is what her backdrop looks like. Really cool. Again, I love the design of the original packaging. It's got so much going on. It's so simple, but you know, it's really well done. Each of the original dolls did also come with their own diary, but from what I've been reading online, they have edited a couple of stuff. From what I've read online, the initial first few pages were just a bio about what they like and things like that, kind of introducing themselves. But the rest are diary entries about things that happen in their day-to-day, and then it switches to French. So these are available in multiple languages. So here is Spectra. She's obviously very pale. She does have a smudge on the side of her face that I'm going to try and get rid of. But other than that, oh, she has some on the top of her face too. These aren't that squishy, which is good. She's really pretty. Oof, her hair though is rough. It is quite full though, which is nice because the Twyla that I have has such thin hair, whereas Spectra does have a good, nice, relatively full head of hair. She has those stupid things that I had to cut out from the box packaging. I'll have to pull those out later. But yeah. It'll be interesting to feel what Ghoulia's hair feels like, since this is poly and that's Saran. But I've always loved her original outfit. It's just this sleeveless dress with the chains in the front. She looks a lot more purple in her design on the packaging, whereas the doll itself has a more pinkish tone to it, but she still looks really cool. I love her shoes, ball and chains, like come on now. I might paint her shoelaces because I think that would just make them pop a lot more. I love the transparency effect of her limbs. It stops at her knee, very similar to the collector one. She had the same thing obviously because it's the same character. I love her ball and chain earrings. Just overall, I love the ghostly imagery that's coming off her entire outfit. This is what I really liked about Monster High when I first came across it, is, you know, they incorporate monstery things to the design of the outfits. It's not just them wearing a skirt with like printed ball and chains and stuff. They actually like made a belt that looks like the motif. So that's super cool. Her limbs move really nicely. I know a lot of people were having issues with that, so I'm really happy that mine seem fine. She also has a little necklace. I don't know if you can see that. I love her silhouette. Yeah, really the only thing that's kind of rough about her is her hair. And again, I do want to style it, but I'm really scared to in case it's really fucked up. But just brushing it out makes it look really pretty. It's not too bad. It is very stiff, whereas the saran I felt a lot more flowy. But other than that, she's so pretty. Like, look at that. I'm sorry. I'm not even paying attention to how she's looking in the viewfinder because I'm just so mesmerized by her. But yeah, that's Spectra. She's so cool. Let's try and brush her hair with this comb. Oh, it's actually not bad. It works pretty well. I wonder if I can style it a little with this thing. I do think it's a little too straight at the top. I think it needs to be a little bit messier to kind of match her ghostly vibe. So let's keep that on her. But yeah, that's Spectra. Super cool. I love her so much. And her doll is so cute. Alright, on to Ghoulia. I'm going to skip the opening of her because I feel like she's going to be just as tedious, if not more so, because I've heard online I don't know why, but they just strapped her in pretty good. So I will cut to when I have her out of the box. For whatever reason, Ghoulia's box was not as hard to open as Spectra's. I undid the tape down here and she just slides out. How is that fair? Okay, but at least that makes it easier for me. And her base is red. It's this really vibrant red. But yeah, let's take a look at her diary. I just noticed the web at the top right matches their color scheme, and then they have the little symbols representing them. Oh, her handwriting is really neat. Cute. Again, let's take a look at the box. So it is the same design. I thought it was different for each ghoul. All that really changes is their symbol. Ghoulia is smart and she is a zombie. Here's the front, and then we'll take a look at Ghoulia's artwork on the back. So she is 16 in monster years. She has an owl pet named Hoot. Alright, let's take a look at Miss Ghoulia. She is really pretty. Again, I wasn't able to look at her face too well in the box because it was behind the glasses, but I think I picked a good one. Her face looks good. I love her little crooked eyebrows. She actually looks really nice with the glasses. That's kind of hard to do with dolls sometimes because you can't see their face, and that's kind of blocks all the enjoyment. So, interestingly enough, the fabric is different. It's really nice, actually. I did not buy Monster High dolls initially when I was younger because when you look at through the box, you can tell when some of the fabric is a bit cheap. Like, I remember thinking, Spectra is so cool, but I'm not paying $25 for this cheap sheer fabric and, like, cut into the shape and not even hemmed or anything. This part of her top was really cool, but the rest of her outfit is kind of cheap looking. Ghoulia, however, her entire outfit is sewn and hemmed in areas. It's really nice. There's so many patterns that do work well together. She's got a very significant style. Her purse has some weight to it. It's shaped like a track. That's cool, like a disc track. Her hair is so soft and flowy. It's completely different from Spectra's hair, which makes me once again disappointed that they used polypropylene, because it's just so different. Like, this is so stiff. And then you feel Ghoulia's hair, and it feels heavy and weighty, and it's so soft. So pretty too. I love the mix. Oh, she has like a little ponytail in the back. I've never noticed that. I'm assuming it's part of her styling. She has these little zipper earrings. I might paint those black. Little plastic pieces, a necklace. Her green headband, which I'm gonna leave on there because otherwise it's not gonna stay. Probably same with her glasses. I might remove this plastic piece, but other than that, that's gotta go. And then again down to her outfit. And then again down to her outfit. Super cool. I love this belt. This fabric of her pants feels really nice. It's nice and textured. It's thick. It's sewn. The whole thing is sewn. Ooh, her legs do feel a little bit stiff. You bend it and she kind of has 3 areas where her leg will stay, if y'all know what I mean. But it's not an issue for me, at least, because I'm just going to pose her on display. Her shoes are super interesting. They're these long, kind of Converse looking heels. And then it has the Monster High logo on the side. The soles are blank. But yeah, these shoes are amazing. She has such a cool design. And then here is her pet Hoot. It's a cute owl. That's all I can really say. I'm probably not going to display him with her. Oh, his arms are actually like that, so she can hold him. That's cool. His legs have the indentation of her arm, so she could probably hold him up. Oh, he's a little heavy for her, but you could probably use it on her shoulder. Okay, maybe not. I'll mess with that later. And then again, she comes with the brush. It's the same mold as the other one with Spectra, except red. And her hair is just so much softer feeling. It's quite ridiculous what the difference is. And she's got a full head of hair too. So I'm very happy with her. And that is it for this unboxing. I'm so happy with these 2 dolls. They're so cool. Again, disappointed with Spectra's hair, but it's something I can get over because for the most part, I'm just going to have her on display. Overall, I still think these dolls are so good. It's really a shame that they're not making too many of these types of designs nowadays, but I think G3 is starting to get its footing and getting some really good design into the fashion. I do think their new designs are massive improvements. In the meantime, I will be very much happy collecting these older ones. The Creeproductions, from what I have seen online, are sold out except for Spectra. Spectra seems to be the least popular, which is a shame. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that everyone did learn she was going to have polypropylene hair. A lot of people were turned off by that. But she's still a cool doll, and if you're a doll customizer or have some experience with that, you can definitely reroute her. As far as the boxes go, I think I'm going to do what I did with my Freak to Chic dolls as well as the Real Drama ones. Well, the Real Dramas didn't really have art except for the poster, but my Freak to Chic dolls had amazing art on the boxes, and I just cut that out and keep it in a scrapbook. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to keep the boxes. I really don't see a point, and they take up way too much room. Especially since I much prefer my dolls outside of the box. Still deciding if I want to keep Spectra or an extra Spectra in the box. I don't think I will. Looking at her now, I'm fine with just one. I already have a collector one anyway. I don't need two. I'm slowly but surely running out of room to display my dolls, and with all the extras that I'm getting, I definitely need to cut back. So I'm probably going to sell these off, if not just return them to Walmart. But if any of you are still interested, definitely check out both sites because they've been restocking periodically. Now, I did promise I would open the box for Cleo and Deuce. I'm not going to keep them. I really only bought them to see if I would want to keep them once I got them, but after thinking about it, and it was already after my package was shipped, I realized, no, I don't really want her. Ooh, this is a big box. So this was a re-release of a 2-pack set. Here is Cleo Denial and Goose Gorgon. I believe this is Deuce Gorgon, sorry. And as you can tell, she's the daughter of the mummy and he's the son of Medusa, which I always thought was really cool. Deuce's doll, though, creeps me out. There's just something about his face. It's just so unnerving. Cleo, however, is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, she's actually quite pretty in person. I love her hair mix. I've also never noticed she had a headband. In the cartoons, obviously, but not in her doll. I'm assuming most people lost it after a while. But yeah, she's stunning, actually. But no, I'm not going to keep her. But yeah, they're gorgeous dolls, and I can see why they were very popular and sold out almost immediately. And that's going to be it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I will leave links like I always do in the description. However, I cannot guarantee any of these dolls will be in stock by the time this video goes up. I am very, very happy. I honestly feel pretty complete, with the exception of the hair issue. I feel pretty satisfied that I finally have a Spectra. I wouldn't call it a childhood dream because I didn't think about these dolls 24/7 when I was a kid. I just thought they were pretty and I've always wanted one. But it definitely feels very satisfying to finally have one without having to pay the scalper prices. For those of you who are interested in collecting Monster High dolls, there will be another re-release of the original 4 characters: Dracula, Claudine, Frankie, and Laguna. They had a Creeproduction launch last year or the year prior, I believe, and it was such a bad launch that you could hardly find them anywhere. It was in person, and so very few people who actually wanted the dolls got them. However, based on this release, I think there's a very good chance I could get the one that I want. I really want an original Frankie. As much as I love the Real Drama dolls, and I definitely prefer their color scheme, kind of monochrome and darker, I've always really wanted an original Frankie because I loved her outfit and like the green vibes she had. We'll consider also getting an original Draculaura just because I want her umbrella. So I definitely will be keeping a lookout for those. They're supposed to release in September. And from when I'm reading online, it should be a very similar release. Possibly Amazon exclusive again, but possibly Walmart release as well. The dog collecting world is wild, and I never expected this when I started buying them up again. But it is very interesting, and part of that collector pride is being able to get stuff like this. So to me, it's really no different from trying to get a rare anime figure. But that's all I have. Enough of my rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, check the description for links if you want to stalk those sites and see if maybe once in a blue moon they restock. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I will see you in my next video.